Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going into our ranked games from Platinum into Master, and I've been playing with a build that was one of my friends who had actually built this and sent it over. We're building U6ku, but it's with the U6 package instead of obviously the U7 stuff, which I think generically is just better, but I think that the U6 stuff does offer quite a lot. I'll go over the deck list first, just to sort of show you what it is that we're working with. But we're going to try and get all three games into this one video. So if we click into the deck, let's show you exactly what we're doing here. So the idea is we run 4 of this Vados. Now this Vados is just a 1-drop. Active main, we just buff one of our other U6s by 5k. So we can apply that to the hit, the kale, the cauliflower, even the frost if we wanted to, and even Fua, depending on if we want to try and turn that into some form of attacker between the Vados and the leader. There are quite a few targets that we can apply for this, but it's an interesting tech. I've not tried the deck with this in it yet, so we'll see if this works or if it doesn't. We might have to swap her out after game 1, we'll see how that goes. We run 4 of the Self-Awakened Roshis, 4 of the Draw Roshis, 4 hits, only 2 Fuas. This is just a neg 15, and unless we're running the Beerus leader, this isn't a guaranteed kill. So we only run that at 2. It is a 10k combo, but we'll see what happens with that again. And again, with the leader skill and with her skill, you know, we can maybe push some damage in with that or even try and clear board, but we'll see. 4 of the Self-Awakened Krillins, because it is just one of the best Self-Awakeners that Red has. There's 3 of this Kale. Now this Kale will restand if we have a Cauliflower on board. So that's the idea there. We tend not to want to tap 3 to play this card. I would much rather play the Gokus, but Caulifla here, on play, she will play a Kale from hand. So the idea is that we tap 5, we play the Caulifla, we play the Kale, we get a dual attacker in Kale and a 25k in the Caulifla as well. We've got 4 of the Gokus. This is just the best removal Red has, honestly. We don't run a whole lot of 0ks in this deck, so I'm happy having this at 4 rather than at 3 or 2 like I have been in my previous videos. We run 2 Frosts. It is potentially damage as well. It's 20k. We can make it 30 between the leader and the Vados if we want to. More often than not, we will not be swinging with it though, because the whole point is to lock the board. We don't really want to be attacking into the likes of yellow with this. We would much rather force them to, you know, put this card in rest and then attack with leader. That's the idea behind it, or attack with something bigger. We run 1 secret. Again, this is a potential cut. It's just the idea again is to neg something by 15 and just see if we can push that 1 damage without having to attack lead. Clearing board and dealing a damage is always nice. Yep, 4 Cauliflowers as we went over. We only run 2 of the Gokus. Again, this is our boss monster, but in this deck we can push for 35k or 40 with a leader buff, or we could put out 3 attacks for that 5 energy. So it all purely depends on how that's gonna, or situationally, how that's going to work. We run the Kaba Supers rather than the Shins because it is searchable off of this extra card. So this extra card is activatable for free if we have a Roshi. So we just do the active main on Roshi, we take the life, and then we can do this for free. I prefer this to the U7 one for the main reason being that this is a defensive. I don't particularly, a lot of Red's energy on their turn means that you're going to tap out a lot. You maybe leave an energy up, maybe. It just doesn't really come up all that often. I'd much rather have this as defensive if and when we do leave that energy open. We do have a lot of high attackers, and between our leader buff and the Vados buff, we don't really need that energy aggressively. Much rather have that 15k defensively. So I do prefer this to the U7 one. And then we run 3 Tournament of Power Arena. This in combination with the leader is very, very strong if we can get them both out. The arena will buff 5 to either your leader or a battle card, whereas your leader is limited to just a battle card. So we can use this defensively on the leader, or between the leader and this, we have a free 10k combo, which is always nice if they attack into our battle cards. So that's the idea behind the deck. So we're going to go straight into some matches here and we'll see how the deck performs. Now I have tried another U6 build, which did work well. This is slightly different, so we will see what we're up against here and see what or where we're having issues, and we might have to make sort of changes on the fly. But we have a person entering the first ranked game ever when we're going into Masters. Yeah, they really need to fix that. Yeah, we like this hand, so we're going to keep that. We don't have the extra, unfortunately. It would be good to have the extra in the opening hand with this Roshi. Hopefully we see it by turn 2, so we can at least get one activation for free. Hopefully this guy actually has a decent build. I think we're just going to charge a hit, maybe. Or do we keep that, actually? Yeah, he's playing green. We'll charge Frost. He's not really going to do much for us this game. We'll play the Roshi. We'll take the life. And hopefully the life is the extra. Fingers crossed. Oh, yes! There we go. Now we're talking. So we activate this. We do a search. Unfortunately, none of this is really great apart from the super. The Vados would be nice to have, but we can't pass up on a super, so we're just going to add that to hand, and then we just pass. So yeah, that's the main power of Roshi with those extra cards, the U7 and the U6 both. It's very, very good just to get that early search out of the way. And he's charged the super as his first card, okay. I'm not going to lie, based off what I've seen so far, I feel like this is going to be a free win. We can put out a lot of pressure before he can get to that sort of 8 energy mark where it's going to get a bit risky. And that's perfect for us. Our hit will just kill that right off the bat. Yes, we're just going to take. We obviously want to awaken as quickly as possible. Okay, so there's our Call or Kale. I always forget the names. Kale, Cauliflower. Okay. Okay, I think we just charge one of the hits. We're not going to need both. So we'll just go straight to the hit. We'll attack lead and then we'll just kill off the blocker. Also taking the life. And then we'll just leave that as is. I would love to see another extra just so we can get that free search, because after this turn we're not really going to get that for free anymore. And we don't. Unless we awaken. We'll see. So we do want to push green down as quickly as possible. Even with Android 17 getting a 30k leader, he needs 6 energy. Okay, yeah, that's that. They really, really need to implement an MMR system into this game. Like, if and when I get to God, it's just not gonna feel earned. I'm sure you've noticed the trends on these videos if you've been watching them, but you know, a lot of the matches that we're up against when I'm trialing new decks, especially, they just seem to be into brand new players a lot of the time. Yeah, we'll take the life. Oh my god! Oh, the Roshi's the king, man! Okay, that's not the worst bottom deck, honestly. It's crap that that's our only choice, but yeah, it's not ideal, but... And then we'll just flip over. And we've got a TOP, so that's great, because we're going to establish that next turn. We'll probably play the TOP with the Roshi, depending on what he has on board, otherwise we'll just go into this 3 cost and just kill him off. But this, in combination with our leader, is so strong. Okay. Honestly, that's not a bad card, now that I've read that. 17 and 18 year energy, that's very easy to do. I'm going to apologise if I cough a few times during this video. I'm starting to get a bit of a, what I think is the start of a cold. Yeah, we're just going to do the lead skill, we'll buff that. This is the power of this leader. It's why I think Starter Ku and the U7 are both very, very strong leaders. Actually, I think Red probably has the best balance across all their leaders, in the sense that blue maybe has 1 or 2 outstanding leaders, green I think again has 1 or 2 outstanding leaders, yellow has, to be fair, all 3 of yellow are very good, and I think red is kind of in the same vein. I think we just charge the Roshi here, we don't need this one. Do you know what we'll do before we play this, because we're not going to activate this in our turn anyway. So let's attack into this, and then we'll neg it down as well. Okay, well, that's a free game one. That kinda sucks. Now we only need to win 1. It would be nice to show you the full power of the deck across multiple games, but worst case scenario, if we get promoted in this game, we'll maybe just throw our first game of Master in there as well. We'll do playing today. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is another beginner. At least we've got a Broly this time. Broly is a lot harder for the U6 match because we do field a lot of 20Ks, but that's one of the reasons why we want Vados in the deck. I think we keep. Yeah, we'll keep that. That's a decent hand. But we like the Vados in this deck because, you know, once he awakens, we can turn these 20Ks into 25Ks. Which is always very good. And the thing is as well, I believe with this being once per turn, is that it's not limited to... I think each card can be activated once per turn. So, you know, we can put a 10k or 2 5ks if we establish multiple. But we're not going to establish this at the beginning, so we will just play the Roshi right off the bat. We'll go ahead and do the Awaken. We grab us a card. So no extra card this time. We got very lucky in the last game, I didn't expect that to continue, to be honest. We always end up going first into Broly's. Always. Once again, we're going to take these because we want to get to our Awaken quick. That's probably our charge target next turn, depending on what we draw into. Okay, so you didn't have anything. Ooh, actually, we might take it a bit slower and go TOP instead of hit first, because he doesn't have anything to remove. So I think we charge. We'll attack his leader. Yeah, I think we just want to establish the TOP this turn. We'll also take the life on Roshi. There's not really too much here. I think we could play the hit, but we don't have a turn 3 in our hand. We have, between these two here, we have a turn 3, so it's a bit unfortunate. Actually, we can establish these two now, so let's do that now. Yeah, it doesn't really matter which order we do it in. And that's the other thing with Roshi as well, right? Roshi can lower this from a 2 cost to a 1 cost, which is always helpful. And then we just pass. Green, traditionally, doesn't have anything to remove that right away. You know, as long as this is inactive, it can't really deal with this. And there we go. There's the blocker for the hit remove, which is fine. But at least he's running what looks like an upgraded list. He does have some cards from the set. And of course we're going to take that, because that's our Awaken. And then that's our charge target. Once we have one established, it's just a dead card in hand. So we'll just go ahead and charge. We'll go ahead and flip. Okay, so charging that 5 cost was the right choice last turn. We'll just go straight into hit. Yeah, we'll do the active main on this first. So we attack the leader. We will not add the life, we'll kill this. Could make this a 30k, but honestly there's no reason to. We could turn her into a threat. She is a 10k, we could just put out that extra 1 damage. Might not be the worst idea. but I think we do want to protect it, so... It would be nice if we had seen one of our cantrip Roshes this turn. We're fine with him defending. It's not really going to change the game at all. I do think he's running a basic build as well, so just in case he has like Radixes and Nappas, we don't really want to swing with this. So I think we just pass. We don't want to give him an attack target that's not either hit or our leader. There's the Vegeta. Does he have a 3 cost? Oh, he does, okay. So he's probably going to pop the hit, or he might pop her, depending on which one's better for him. Yeah, I think the hit's the right choice. Okay, well, he's obviously just doing that for the drop. And then it's a free combo. This is the power of TOP. We don't have to use anything from hand and we're out the attack. So I feel like we are on the clock here. He is running, if it's not a completely perfect build, he's running one close to it. So we are on the clock here. We need to make sure that we try and put out as much as we can before he's going to start removing our stuff for free, basically. I think we're going to play Fua this turn. Honestly, I do want to just neg that down by 15. Yeah. So we're on a charge here. Let's charge her. We could actually play both him and Hit, which I think is the right choice. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then Hit can attack the leader, and it will kill that. It's always good. I'm not going to buff... actually... Yeah, he's a 5k, so we may as well buff, I suppose. Yeah. We'll attack with the leader first. We don't mind if he combos here. We do want to put him at 4 this turn though. So then we swing here for the 25. Do not add the life, we'll kill that. And then I think we just, yeah, we'll leave it at 25, and I think we just pass turn after that. We have a lot of combo power on board. Yeah, there's no real point trying to swing with anything. We would rather him not awaken on our turn. This is the thing with Broly that I think is a very key strategy, is that you don't want to force another attack when they're on 4 life, because they will awaken and then that energy will become active in their turn. So instead of having 5, he would have had 6 there, which means that had he had the androids, he could have board wiped 2 of our cards. But if he just swings 30 at our leader, if he doesn't combo on top of that, again, this is something that's the power of this Tournament of Power. Instead of it costing us a super combo or 2 cards from hand, we just give it the +5 from the TOP and then combo a 10k from hand. So he's going to go into his 8 energy, which is going to be a struggle. I think we just combo this, honestly. Actually. No, we'll do both. We'll do both first. Because we want him to make a decision. We want him to either swing crit or lead or kill the hit. And the hit's a threat to him because he's 25k, so I think he's going to keep trying to go for it. Okay. I think we can give him a cauliflower and one of the 10k's on board. Yeah, I think we do that. So there's 35. And we're about to go into our 5 energy, which is good, because we can go into this. Or, we don't have a Kale yet, unfortunately. We could take the life and do a free search. I don't think we're going to play Krillin, so we'll charge that. I think we'll just do the skill. Buff him. We'll swing at lead. We'll do some fishing. We're not going to take the life actually, because he is going to go into his 8 energy turn. To use 25, if we go in with the double striker here, we actually have quite a few attacks we can swing at this if he tries to protect. I think we just do this. And honestly, I'm tempted to use this offensively just for a free attack with our leader. Against a 40k or 45k Broly, that 5's not really going to make that much of a difference. So I think we just make this a threat. Okay, which he takes. Neg that by 20. We'll use this skill here. Actually, do we even bother? I might keep that for one of these attacks, actually. We don't have a 10k to throw on that, and I would rather keep these attacks for this. Actually, maybe we put one of them out. So we'll combo that to 45. The additional 5 from the leader, sorry, excuse me, the additional 5 from the leader is not going to make all that much of a difference. It's a super combo in a 10k, or it's a super combo in a 5 as it is just now. He still has 1 energy open as well, actually, so we're at 45. Yeah, we don't want him to just get out with 1 extra. So we're going to use the skill. So at least if he's planning on using the extra, it's more than just 1 card. So it's 45. She's a 10. So I think we just maybe put a hit onto that, or maybe even the Roshi. Yeah, we'll do the Roshi. So we'll make that a 15. Yeah, that's fine. And then we could just pass. I think the most likely part of his turn here is just going to be a tap 8. Kill this, and then either swing for 3 damage at leader or clear the board. It would make more sense if he clears board. So she's a 10k, so honestly, we kind of want her on board, because if we draw into a Kale going into this next turn, we kind of want to keep her around. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to put 1 super and we see what he does. Because if he goes into the Broly and then attacks her, then it's dead anyway. So it's not the worst thing. Okay, well, secret rare it is. At least he can't attack. We definitely want to see a Kale this turn, so with us going into 6, we're probably going to do a search and then a tap 5 if we don't see anything. Okay, well that's a great draw for us. I think we charge this. We can't really use it now because it's defensive. Much rather keep the combo power up with a hit. So what we're going to do is we're going to attack. We'll use this to buff our leader again. He's probably just going to throw this out, which is fine. There's nothing much we can do about that. We just want to whittle that hand. We want it... The problem we've got, right, I suppose we've got 2 supers, so we can guarantee get out of his leader swing. It's the 3 damage that I think he's trying to put out between the secret and the Broly's. I think we'll just go for this. Yeah, we'll go for it. Then we play the Kale. We'll do the first attack with the Kale and we'll buff it with our leader. Which is fine, it's another card from hand, that's what we want to see. I think we go again, we'll put that 5 on. We just want to just keep, the thing against green is we just want to keep putting in small pokes that just keep ripping that hand size. So we're not going to go all in on this, and the main reason being is that we can only get to 45, and he'll get that with 1 super combo. So we're just going to poke at the 25. And if he clears the board, he clears the board. We can try and go all in with the leader, or hopefully we see a battle card that we can attack with. So a plus 10. And then we just pass. So that's the power of that 5 energy that we get out of the cauliflower, is that we can play this Kale, and we put out 3 attacks just between that, and between the lead, we can buff that to a 25 into the Broly match. If he goes to clear board here, I think we just let it die, honestly. I don't think we try and save it. Okay, so he either doesn't have a Broly, or he doesn't think he can win with the Broly. So we can only get to 30. That's the problem with us tapping that down offensively, is we could have got out of this attack with 1 super combo. But we're going to have to let that die. I love the animation of that secret rare. It's so nice. And now because we don't have a cauliflower, this is not going to be a dual attacker. We want to protect this, I think. Do we? With him having that blocker and us having no way to remove it, we really need her on board. That's a 15 as well. Yeah, we'll throw on a super. We need a second attack in case he blocks that first one. Yeah, we're going to skip charge and we can use this to dig for an attacker. I think we swing with lead first. Actually, what could we find? Besides Fua, hit as well I suppose could remove that, and that would give us 3 attacks. Yeah, I think we do this first. We'd love to see a hit, but I think we've already seen 2. We don't see a hit, but we do see that, which is, that's not bad for us. Because we are going to tap 5 to play it, but it means that she's now a dual attacker. So before we do anything, we're going to swing with lead. If he had any other battle card with 20k power or more, that would have been a perfect draw. I mean, 30, we would go 35 and he would be 35 off of that neg. It's not the same. We'd be may as well just swinging at leader. We'll leave it there. I'm surprised he didn't block. I'm really surprised he didn't block that. Makes me think he's got a couple of supers, honestly. I'm tempted to play that just to remove the blocker. I'm trying to do the math here, so we get 1 free from our leader on this, but it's going to get blocked, presumably. And I don't see us surviving the next turn. This would be 35 into his lead. Yeah, because it's not a combo part, I think we just play this, you know. We'll pop the blocker. And we're gonna go 35 with this one, right? We'll see what happens. We can at least go 25 with her. Now this is a 10k combo, which is another problem. Do we throw a 10? I think we maybe throw this 10, you know. We can go 45, 55, we can go 60k total. He has so much energy open that if any of them is that extra card, it's a problem. I think maybe having the 3 attacks rather than the 2 would have been better. So you had a super. Kind of want to use this, so we're gonna combo this. It was a good ad, but I think we have to combo it. We just need to see if any of those are combo cards. So it's good. He gets rid of the Paragus, which is fine. It means he's, unless he plays another one, he's not re-establishing the blocker. We can be quite patient with this, I think. And if he swings the 50 into this, okay, there we go. Yeah, so this is the issue we're going to have. We're going to have to see if we get lucky from life here. Actually, the max damage he can do is 3 now. Do you know, I don't want to save this because I actually want whatever those 3 cards are. So I think we just let this die, and we just see if he goes face. I think he really has to, because he needs to kill us next turn. No, yep. Yep, and then we skip the charge again. Oh god, that was the worst draw ever. I say that, we can play it again. Yeah, we're gonna have to. We're gonna, right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna play this. Actually, no. Yeah, we are. We're still gonna play this. Okay, so we're gonna play this, remove that one, we'll play the hit, we'll take the life with the hit on attack. And that at least gives us another card, but we need that not to be more than a 10k. We neg that, I suppose. Well, that's good. I think we win here now. Because we can just buff this to high hell. So we can get to 50, and if that's an extra card, he still can't get out, so we're fine. We get that, but... There we go, there's 50k, so even if that is the extra... Oh, in fact, he had no energy for it anyway. Never mind. There we go. And that's it. Well, we're into Masters. That was a good game. Considering his ranking, he actually has a pretty solid deck. He obviously doesn't have all the pieces, but he had his Vegetas. He had the secret rare, stuff like that. It wasn't the worst build. But yeah, well that is us now in Master. I do enjoy that deck. I still think there's maybe a couple of changes I need to make, although I don't know what changes I would make to it. But yeah, and then let's just take our gems, why not? Oh yeah, and the title. So yeah, let me have a look at the deck, see if there is potentially any changes we would make on the fly here. Let's have a look at some battle cards. Yeah, not really fussed about him. Not really fussed about that. Could maybe throw one of them in. It's a 25k, it's good into Broly. And I think that's a lot of my deck building goes into, can it beat Broly? We need to be able to play a red build that can field a lot of 25k power, which we can do with this leader, which is one of the reasons why I like this leader. But it's also doable in U7 rather than this leader, and it applies to all U7s rather than to just one card at a time. But honestly, unless we went vanillas, I don't really see any changes we would make to this list. We would potentially just cut her entirely. I suppose we could just up our ratios on some of the other pieces that we maybe want. But Tamo's always good as well because we can turn that into a 25k if we have the bit we need her. So yeah, I think I do think I like the list. I think I like how it is, and I think I like how it plays. The Vados offers us a lot just by choosing one of our other U6s and it gains +5. Unfortunately, she can't choose herself, but it means our hits are threats into Broly without it costing us anything outside of our leader ability. I mean, I know our leader gives us that anyway, but you know, if we have a hit and let's say a Krillin on board, we actually have two 25k attacks rather than just one. And yeah, TOP, while we did use it offensively quite a few times there, which I think you have to do into Broly, into most other matchups, this being a defensive card is so good. It stops wide and low yellow decks just constantly pummeling your life. And it being a massive drain on your hand, we can actually just expend at least on one of those attacks. We just use the TOP, we get out one of them, and then if we have, like, you know, Roshes and Varoses on board, we can then choose to combo them off if we want. But all in all, I think the build is actually very good, and just one last time I'll just show you the build here, if any of you want to give it a try. But I highly recommend it. I do think the U6 package is good. The Caulifla and the Kale being able to put out 3 attacks for 5 energy sometimes is better than just putting out a 35k double or 40k with this leader. But yeah, I think it's a testable deck anyway, for sure. I think it's a testable deck. I might even look at some of these ratios and try to add in some of the Kamehamehas, because I think that had we had a Kamehameha to use offensively there, we might have been able to eke the win earlier. It's just with this being opponent's turn only, which at the beginning of the video I said I preferred, but against Broly it's now just showing a glaring weakness in the card itself. But all in all, I like the deck. I think it's a lot of fun. I thoroughly recommend that you guys give it a try. And if any of you have any deck change suggestions for this one, 100% hit me up in the comments. I really want to see what you would maybe change and what you would add in. And I would love to run this list again. I think it's a very fun deck, and yeah, just let me know. But thank you very much for watching. We were going to maybe fit in another game, but I think the video is going to be quite long anyway. So, but yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.